Good day, everyone, and especially to you, Ma'am Ilogon. I'm Eunice Janae Pico, and I'm the first reporter to start in our topic of personnel system in public administration. Before I explain the personnel system in public administration, I will first explain what is personnel. So are personnel are individuals who the companies and organization hire with varying skill levels, from unskilled laborers to highly skilled professionals. Laws protect workers by establishing minimum wages, safe working conditions, and behavioral standards. Imagine a big government with building with many people working inside. These people, from the police officers to the teachers and everyone in between, are all part of the personnel in public administration. So, personnel kay fancy word day on para sa mga tao na mag-work para sa government. Sila yon mga tao na make sure na ang ila public runs smoothly, from collecting taxes to building roads to providing health care. So, ganito kita. In public administration, the personnel system involves hiring, training employees to ensure efficiency and accountability in public service delivery. So, sa big company, but instead of selling products, it provides public services like schools, hospitals, roads. This company is the government, and it needs to manage its employees just like any other organization. So, hiring. The personnel system sets standards for hiring qualified employees who are the best fit for the job. Training. It ensures that employees have the skills and knowledge they need to perform their job effectively. Compensation. The system determines how much employees are paid and what benefits they receive. Performance. It outlines how employee performance is evaluated and how promotions or discipline action are handled. The personnel system mag-help sila make sure na ang government has the right people in the right roles na dapat treated fairly and professionally. It aims to create a strong and efficient public workforce that can serve the needs of the community. The importance of personnel systems. Personnel systems in public administration significantly influence employee recruitment, training, and evaluation, influencing decision-making and ethical standards. They ensure fairness, efficiency, and quality of service delivery. By embracing merit, professionalism, and human resources management, public administration can adapt to social needs and foster a responsive, efficient, and accountable government. And then, so in this slide, I will explain the effective personnel systems are essential for. So, good governance. Mag-ensure yan sila na ang public employees are competent, professional, ethical, o committed sila sa pag-serve ng public interest. Then, efficient service delivery. Nag-provide yon sila ng mga kinahanglan, mga bagay or basically resources o mga support para sa mga public servants to effectively deliver services to citizens. Accountability. Ang mga public employees ang mag-take the responsibility accountable sila sa mga action that and ensuring that they are responsive to the needs of the public. So, ang public trust. Mag-maintain sila ng public trust in government by demonstrating that public service is based on merit and professionalism.
So, hi everyone. So, my name is Harold Ortiz Akyatan. So, for my part, I will be discussing about the tenure system. One of the most important problems of personnel organization is that of tenure, by which civil servants will hold office. So, ang tenure system is amo ini ang paagi sa pagdesisyon kung unsa kadugay ang isa ka tawo magpabilin sa iya trabaho, labi na sa mga government o public sector na positions. Ini is nagset sa mga rules para sa job security o kung unsa kadali matanggal ang isa ka tawo sa iya position. So there are 3 tenure system. Number 1 is tenure at the will of the appointing officer. Number 2 is tenure for a fixed number of years. Number 3 is tenure during a good behavior or life tenure. So the question is, asa sa tulo ka klase na system ang angay gamiton para sa government workers? So the first system is called tenure at the will of the appointing officer. So ang definition, this term means that an employee's job security is dependent on the discretion of the person who appointed them, such as a supervisor or manager. This means that an employee can be dismissed or reassigned at any time without a specific reason. So ang pasabot ng ini is ang security sa trabaho sa isa ka tawo is nakadepende sa desisyon o sa kagustuhan sa tao na gabutang sa iya sa iyon na posisyon. In simple terms, ang nagbutang sa isa ka empleyado such as ang supervisor o manager, mahimo silang tanggalon o alisdan bisan kanus o bisan waray klaro na rason. So, for example, kung ang mga doctors o senior staff sa City General Hospital tanggalon sa trabaho, depende sa desisyon sa hospital board, pwede siyang mag-lead sa problema sa pag-atiman sa mga pasyente. So, ang paggamit ng ingani na sistema sa mga trabaho sa gobyerno is pwede siyang magresulta sa dili makatarungan ng pagtanggal o pagkawara sab ng stability o pagkadili efficient. So, para masiguro na ang mga opisyal makatrabaho ng independent o makatarungan, kinahanglan sab nila ng sigurado o dugay na posisyon. So, for the second system, it's tenure for a fixed term. It means holding a job or a position for a specific set period of time. For example, if someone is appointed to a job with a fixed term of 4 years, they will hold that job for exactly 4 years, after which they might be replaced or their term might be renewed. So, ang tenure for a fixed term is nagpasabot na ang isa ka tao is magpabilin sa isa ka trabaho or posisyon sud sa specific na panahon na giset. So for example, kung i-appoint ka sa isa ka posisyon na may fixed term na 4 ka tuig, magpabilin ka sa yaon na trabaho sud sa 4 ka tuig. Pagka manan yaon, mahimo ka na pulihan o pwede sab i-renew ang imo termino. So ini na sistema is mostly ginagamit sa mga political na position. So ang tenure for a fixed term is dili siya angay para sa administrative jobs, kay ang mga employees magkinahanglan sila ng dugay na panahon para matunan o masabtan ng ila trabaho. So if they keep changing, dili sila makagain ng enough experience o pwede sila mag-lead sa mistakes and disruptions. Tenure during a good behavior means that a person can keep their job as long as they perform well and behave properly. This system is often recommended for administrative jobs. So ang iya pasabot, as long as madayaw ang iya pagtrabaho o okay niya pamatasan, they can keep the job. So in a system is often recommended for administrative jobs. So under this system, we have job security, continuous service, o career choice. So first, job security, ang mga empleyado is makadawat og permanent position o dili na sila magproblema kung mawala ang ila trabaho basta as long as madayaw ang ila pag-perform o musunod sila sa mga rules. Continuous service, tungod kay permanente ng ila trabaho, ang mga empleyado is makapabilin sa ilang posisyon sa dugay na panahon basta madayaw ang ila pagtrabaho. So this leads to more stability and experience in administration. Career choice, because the job is secure and offers long-term stability, skilled and capable individuals are more likely to choose it as a career. So in summary, ini na sistema is nagsiguro na ang administrative jobs kay stable o long-term na makatabang sa pag-maintain sa effective or efficient o experience management in government services.
So this is the continuation of the personnel system. So position classification. This system involves grouping position into classes based on their duties, responsibilities, and required qualifications. So the position classification is a system involves into classes based on their duties, responsibilities, and required qualification. So position is nga di nakabatay ang ela tungkulin or duties then responsibility to do to his or her possession. So classification means grouping together of persons or things on some common basis. In public administration, it means grouping together of posts into various classes on the basis of their respective duties and responsibilities. So, according to Prof. Melton Imandel na sa pamamagitan ng pag-classify ng ilang responsibilities and duties to be fair or para patas and then para pareho ng mga pagkakapareho ng tungkulin or duties and qualification requirements. Recruitment, defining the necessary qualification for each position or to know the qualification for each position. Then pay scales, establishing fair and equitable compensation based on the complexity and responsibility of the role. So in pay scales, gimog na siya to be fair or para patas-patas based on their complexity and also ang ila responsibility or responsibilidad. Promotion systems, creating clear pathways for advancement within the organization or to create the clear pathways within the organization. Spoil system, in order to have personal system based on sound principles, it is necessary that it should be based upon merit system. The earlier substitute for the merit system were three cell of offices, the patronage system and the spoil system. The continuation of spoil system. The spoil system, a historical alternative to the merit system, was based on the principle of to the vector belongs the spoils. This meant that when a new political party came to power, it would dismiss all employees appointed by the previous administration and replace them with its own supporters. So, this meant na pag may bago na partidong political came to power, it would dismiss or tanggalon ang tanan empleyado appointed siya by the previous administration and replace them with its own supporters. So the spoil system has several detrimental effects, including the inefficiency, corruption, political instability. So first is inefficiency. Political appointments often favored loyalty over competence, leading to a less effective and efficient government. Then the corruption is the system created opportunities for patronage and bribery, undermining public trust. Then political instability, frequent change in personnel disrupted the continuity of government operations. The laws is the Bridleyton Act of 1883 or Act of 1883 in the United States mark a turning point, establishing a merit-based civil service system and significantly reducing the influence of patronage in government hiring. So that is a spoil system.
Ma'am, I'm now Mrs. Suarez. Last report, I discussed the personal system. Merit system implies a system in which the appointment and recognition service of an employee are determined solely at his own intrinsic merit, which includes his educational and technical qualification, personal capacities, and physical fitness. Under the system, recruitment is made through open competitive examination held by a general personnel agency. Ang merit system nagpasabot nga ang pag-hire o pag-promote sa isa ka empleyado gibase sa iyang abilidad, edukasyon o mga kwalifikasyon dili sa kaila o connection para mahimong empleyado sa gobyerno. Kinahanglan na dapat moagi og open competitive sa examination diin ang tanan na kwalifikasyon mahimong mo-apply. Din open competitive examination held by a general personnel agency. And no decision is made between citizens on basis of any party affiliation. Civil servants remain neutral in politics, and promotion takes place strictly on the basis of merit. This system has in fact gained great popularity in various democracies. Civil service roles have been framed to apply the merit system to the selection and recruitment of public service. walay pabor o party inflation mga inflation nga gitanaw og dili magbatay sa politika. Neutral ang mga civil servant sa politika ug ang ilang promotion gibase lang sa madayo ilang performance ug kung deserving ba sila sa next level sa trabaho. For example, si Juan, nag-apply og trabaho sa gobyerno. Walay labot kung sino iyang mga kilao o uno ang partido na iyang gisuportahan. Ang gitanaw lang sa gobyerno amoyton iya bitaw kwalifikasyon, skills o performance sa exam. Nakapasa siya og madayo sa exam naman gihatagan siya og trabaho bisan way iya connection sa mga politiko. After working for 5 years, si Juan gipromote tungod sa iya madayo na performance og leadership skills dili tungod sa kay maiya amigo na politiko. Amoy ni ang merit system klaro ug patas na pamaagis sa pag-recruit o pag-promote. Nasabtan nila na ang merit system naghatag og fair chance sa tanan mga nag-apply og trabaho dipende lang sa ilang abilidad o performance dili sa connection o politika. The next is the interaction of personal system and public administration. The concept of personal system can be viewed as an intention of the principle and practices embedded within personal system. It suggests that a more nuanced and individualized approach is intended to address the diverse needs and complexion of public service in 21st century. Ang personal system daw ay nag-focus sa pagtaka sa individual nga panginahanglan ug sitwasyon sa mga empleyado ug ang mga tawo nga ginaservisyan sa gobyerno. Lahi da sa personal system kay mas specific ug personalized ang mga pamaagi ginagamit para makasabot ug makaresponde sa lain-lain na sitwasyon sa mga tawo. Here are some personal system. Here are some potential areas where personal system could be play a significant role. Employee well-being. First, employee well-being and engagement, focusing on individual need and preference can enhance employee well-being and engagement, leading to greater job satisfaction, productivity, and retention. Ang employee well-being and engagement daw is kung mag-focus ang opisina sa mga personal nga panginahanglan sa empleyado sama sa mga mental health, support of flexibility work hours, mahimo sila mas malipay sa ila trabaho ug tungod yaon mas malipay o mas productivity ug mas dugay sila magpabilin sa trabaho. For example, si Pedro, usa ka empleyado sa gobyerno gihatagan og option nga mag-work from home tungod kay layo iya bahay. Tungod ini mas naka-focus siya sa trabaho ug mas motivated. Second is talent development and career advancement. Tailoring training and development program to individual career goals and aspiration can be foster a more engaged and motivation workplace. Ang talent development and career advancement is imbes parehas sa training para sa tanan personal system imbes parehas training para sa tanan ang personal system mag-offer og training program na based sa individual career goals sa usa ka empleyado. For example, si Ana gusto mahimong supervisor. Busa gihatagan siya og leadership training nga specific sa iyang goal para mas dali siya maka-asenso. And third is diversity, equity, and inclusion. Implementing systems that recognize and value individual differences can create a more inclusive and equitable public service, attracting and retaining and range of a range of talent. Um, and diversity, equality, and inclusion is amoy ng sistema gipasabot na ang matag empleyado may lain na background, may ilalalain na background, kultura o sitwasyon. Gusto sa personal system na respeto o halagan ini para mahimong patas ug inclusive ang trabahoon. Trabahoan baya. For example, ako, usa ka person with disability sa PWD gihatagan og accessible workspace og flexible iskilo para mas madayaw ang ako mabuhat an ako trabaho. Mas madayaw ang ako pagbuhat nan ako trabaho. And fourth is citizen-centric service delivery. Understanding individual needs and preferences can lead to more effective and responsive public service delivery, enhancing citizen satisfaction and trust in government. Ang citizen-centric service delivery is kung ang mga serbisyo sa gobyerno i-personalize based sa panginahanglan sa mga tao sama sa mga senior citizen, kabataan o PWD is mas epektibo og mas makisalig ang mga tao sa serbisyo sa gobyerno. For example, sa amo barangay na special lane para sa senior citizen og PWDs para dili kami mahulat og dugay kung magkuha kami og dokumento. The last is modern personnel systems. Focuses on human resources. Today, personal systems in public administration are increasingly influenced by principle of human resources management. This involves a broader range of activities including recruitment and selection, training and development, performance management, compensation and benefits, and last, employee relation. First is recruitment and selection. Recruitment and selection development effective strategies to attract and select qualified candidates for public service position. Ang recruitment and selection is amoy na mga proseso sa pagpangita o pagpili sa mga kwalipikado nga tao nga nagtrabaho sa gobyerno nagbutang sila og klarong nga mga pamaagi para sa masiguro nga ang mga kuhaon nga empleyado maayo og angay para sa gobyerno. For example, gobyerno naghimo og job fairs og online hiring para sa daghan and makadungog nga nay hiring sa public service. Second is training and development. Training development providing opportunities for employees to enhance their skills and knowledge, ensuring they are equipped to meet the evolving demands of public service. Ang training development is ang mga empleyado sa gobyerno kinahanglan kanunay na pakaton og bagong skill para mahibaw aron makasabay sa mga bag-ong panginahanglan sa ilang trabaho. Amoy ni ang gihatagan sila og mga training og seminar. For example, ang mga empleyado sa munisipyo gipadadan og training sa paggamit sa bag-ong computer, pag for example, ang mga empleyado sa munisipyo gipadadan og training sa paggamit sa bag-ong computer system para efficient ang ilang serbisyo sa mga tao. Third is performance management. Performance management establish clear performance standards and providing regular feedback to employees, fostering continuous improvement and accountability. Sa gobyerno daw is gibutangan ang mga klaros sukdan sa performance para ma-monitor ug masiguro nga maayo ang trabaho sa mga empleyado. Regular silang hatagan og feedback para mapadayon ang ilang pag-improve. For example, kada tulo ka buwan ginasusi ang trabaho sa mga empleyado ug kung maayo sila gihatagan sila og reward og recognition. And fourth is compensation and benefit. Fourth is compensation and benefit. Developing competitive compensation package and benefits program to attract and retain talented employees. Ang compensation and benefits daw is ang gobyerno naghatag og maayong sweldo og benefits sama sa health insurance o pension aron madali nila ang maayo og abilidad ang mga empleyado og mapugnan nga mobalhin sila sa laing kompanya. For example, government employees na libre medical check-up ug bonus matag tuig kung maayo ilang performance. And last, employee relation. Employee relation creating a positive, supportive work environment that promotes employee well-being and fosters a strong sense of community. Ang employee relations daw is ang gobyerno nagtrabaho aron mahimong maayon ug malipayan lugar ang trabahoan. Ginasuportahan ang mga employee o empleyado og ginahimo ang mga program nga makapaghimo sa kanila nga maghimo sa ila na magbinatiay og maayo ang tinabangay. For example, gobyerno nag-organize og team building activities og wellness program aron ma-promote ang maayong relasyon sa mga empleyado. That's all, and thank you.